Mr. Williams, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Yes. Such a sad incident that has happened at the
Yeah, I
in the
know.
LFAs, yeah.
Definitely, we still devastated of what has happened. We still can't believe that it reaches our shores that 16-year-olds lose their lives on football fields. We always expect it would be the very older generation so that we can blame it on the age. But unfortunately, it happened, and we are still devastated about it.
As one of the people that were at the fields, can you describe what happened?
Yeah, I can tell you what I saw and my experience with the situation. Okay, my attention was drawn to, I was at the field on the, sitting on the stands, and my attention was drawn to what is happening on the field. Said to me, PJ, you better go down. I see there's something happening there. So I, as a most senior person at the field, as I'm the VP of the LFA, and I was in charge. I went down there and I saw that they are busy with a player who's down, and they were administering CPR to the player. But what I saw, what made me very worried is when I looked at the player's face and the eyes. His eyes was wide open, but he was non-responsive. I could see that he does not know where he is. So I was searching for vital signs. I saw there was breathing, but I did not. I checked myself because I wanted to feel for a pulse, and I stopped myself. I said, no ways, I do not know. Amongst all these people, they could be family members, and I did not want to alert them. So what I did is, my colleague, which is also a VP, I called him and I said, bring your vehicle, we need to take this player to the fire station pronto. The reason for that is we've got a relationship with the fire station, it's 1 minute away. And if we've got serious injuries, we either call them or we take the player or the patient there, depending on the seriousness of the injury or circumstances.
Yeah.
So we got him there, we put him in the vehicle, drove him, and while we were driving, two people were still administering CPR while we were driving. When we got to the fire station, I jumped out and I knocked on the door and I shouted non-responsive. So when I shouted non-responsive, the door opened and they came running out. The paramedics came running out and they took the boy into the trauma room. We were very, very worried. Okay, about let's say 10 to 15 minutes later, another paramedic was summoned and he arrived. And then another one arrived after that. Okay, so they were expert people. They were people that knew what they were doing all the time. Then the mother came to the fire station while they were working with the boy, and mother was devastated. We got somebody, the chairperson of the club, Mark Rodriguez. He came and consoled the mother, and they were working with the boy. It was close to an hour, if not more. Then the second paramedic came and he asked for the mother, and took the mother closer, and he said to us, they tried everything. And in my mind, I thought they said they're going to now take him to hospital for further, he's been stabilized. They're going to take him to the hospital for further observation, but he was declared dead. Now, it was a tragedy to us. We are still sort of traumatized. Most of the players of Bayview had to go for counseling because why they were traumatized. I just need to thank all the people who assisted. I know one was a coach of Strandfontein. He's got some first aid knowledge or even higher. And I know there was another person who was a trained nurse. I gathered afterwards. I do not know the names, but they assisted. Now we went all out to ensure that the player is, or rather the patient is comfortable and get him to expert help as soon as possible. And even those paramedics, well-trained people, I think could be the one is higher than the others because when he came, I saw him taking out a syringe for an injection into the heart or something, and he explained to us what he was going to do and things like that. But unfortunately, the players still succumbed to, and very funny, it was not a football injury. There was no tackle on him or anything. Now I know people say, where were the first aiders? I know the people are saying that. That's a good question. However, like I said before, we've got a relationship with the fire station paramedics. And for serious injuries, we take the people there. Now, I know for a fact, even if we had 10 first aiders with orange bulbs and a water bottle in their hand, I don't think it would have made a difference. And I'm not saying that to cover up. I'm saying that in terms of we did our best that we could do. It's not like some people are saying that the boy was laying there and we didn't care. I tell you, if the boy was there for 10 minutes after you went down, it would have been it would be a long time. It was not that serious, that long time.
Because this is quite a sensitive matter, and
Yes.
I've also taken some time to engage anyone on it. And you were the first person, and I've got a couple of people lined up to celebrate the boy's life. And there obviously there's been some controversy around the personnel at LFA games, and I think it does not only affect your situation as well. It seems to be a bigger problem or challenge that is being put out there to say that there aren't sufficient first aiders or people that can be called on to respond when there is a serious injury. Would you say then there were people at that particular moment on the field? And I mean, you said this boy was not tackled, which we're going to talk a little bit later about what could have been the cause of him.
Yeah, you see, we've got a challenge with first aiders. Let me tell you what our challenges are. The challenges are obviously cost. Last year our expenditure in terms of first aiders on all our venues. Now in Mitchell's Plain there are 4 venues that we play, and we discovered that the first aiders, the cost of the first aiders, and those costs needs to be carried. And who doesn't need to be carried for? Obviously our membership. And we had a meeting about 2 months ago, and we spoke about that. Our membership decided, listen, we would rather not go through that expense. However, the clubs must see to their own first aiders. And our plan is to have a first aiders course whereby each club must send candidates for those courses to be held. In the past, we've tried that, and clubs did not come to the party. So we've decided that we're going to give that another go, so that we have first aiders at our fields, and even if we do with referees and appoint the first aiders duty on respective fields and on the day. That is what we're going to embark on now. And I think this issue is a lesson well learned. And